Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Captain America from Captain America Civil War. So, this thing has very minor differences from the Age of Ultron release. Honestly, the biggest being that it comes with the alternate head, which you can see on him right here, which is of a helmetless Chris Evans, and that's pretty much the reason I bought it, is because I'm a big Captain America fan and I wanted this version. But yeah, I just wanted to note that right off the bat. Now, since I'm really big on going over the boxes, I just want to note how freaking cool looking the box is for this figure. I mean, I really like when they have designs of like a logo or something tied into them for the background, so I like the shield being there. And you got the name there, but the coolest part just is the versus picture of Cap versus Iron Man and the logo there. I just think it looks really cool. One of the cooler looking standout Figuarts boxes that I've gotten recently. I'm not like actually a person that collect for the boxes, but it's just, it really adds to the appeal of it for some reason when you have nice artwork like that. Anyway, as for what he comes with basically what the other Cap figure came with. In fact, I'm not going to be going over quite as much of the swapping out or anything. I will link, hopefully right now on screen, to my old Cap review, so if you want to see how the shield swapping and all that works, just because this is more about the slight differences. But you basically get a bunch of different hands. Right now on him I have the default Figuarts fists. You have these hands here, which are for basically like either shield throwing or kind of that pose from the Cap 1 movie poster where he's kind of holding the shield down like this. Some generic relaxed hands, and then these hands here, which are for when you put the shield on, and these various attachments here for keeping the shield on. Here is the alternate head, which is actually the head I believe that's on him when you get him, which is just regular Cap. This always reminds me of like Carly Beth from Haunted Mask. And then the alternate head, which is there. As you can see on the back right now, I have the shield on him, which is an option. Now, when you do that, you pull off this very tiny piece off of his back. It's even having a hard time focusing on it. And you clip it in. Be really careful with that. I already lost it once, so I'm definitely being careful with it. I wish there was a bit more of a better system that didn't involve you losing pieces like that, but what are you going to do? But yeah, just be careful about that. So, as you can see here, we have the figure itself. And this is the Chris Evans head, which is the main special region for this. And it's overall okay. I've mentioned in previous reviews of humanoid Figuarts, well I guess they're all humanoid, but I mean, you know, of actual people. We're getting there. I think the hair looks a little funny, and the face, again, kind of like the Mace Windu figure, which actually will probably review will come out after this, but I feel like a good way to explain it is like a cross between actually looking like Chris Evans and looking like as if they couldn't use Chris Evans' likeness, but like it does the job well enough, and all the details are well done, just like on Civil War Cap, or Civil War, Age of Ultron Cap. You can see the shield there on the back. As I said, you put it on there via this little piece, which you have to pull off. You just attach this on here to the shield, and then to remove that tiny piece, just be very careful with it. And other than that, I have my other Cap in a really, oops, sorry about that, really kind of weird pose, but like the color difference, if there's any color differences, it's very slight, and there's very small details. Like you can see here, there's the white band on his arms, which the Civil War suit doesn't have. But honestly, unless you're like huge, oh, I'm like totally, look, the difference right here is that this Cap has a thumb over his face, but unless you're like a huge you know, completionist fan that needs to have every little version of this suit. Like you can also see there's some red detailings on Ultron's that Civil Wars doesn't have. But those are all pretty minor. Like for me, I did buy it because of the alternate head. Even if the suits had been 100% identical, I was kind of happy about getting an alternate head. But there are very minor differences for those that are completionists. I don't think is as cool of a, you know, upgrade or a reason to buy a different figure than the Iron Man Mark suits, because they're just small little stripes and whatnot. But yeah, the one note I have is this is the same mold, so you have the same exact articulation. I almost said articulation, but my Civil War figure does feel a little bit looser, and I honestly can't say that that's exclusive to this figure. So you might have bought both of these, and you might have a loose Ultron figure but a solid Civil War figure, because they are the same mold. So I can't say like, oh, buy this one because this one's so loose, because I think that problem might happen with either one of them. It's not like the absolute worst loose figure. I don't know what that accent was. Loose figure problem I've ever had, but it is noticeable. So I just wanted to make note of that for you, because what I was gonna say was, like I mentioned, there are people that are like hardcore completionists that want to get every single version, which is totally fine. I used to be a lot like that, and in some respects definitely are. But if you had to get one, I would say just get this one. Even though my joints are a little bit looser on them, I don't think that's widespread. I know of people that don't have that problem, but mainly because you get the alternate head, and it's just kind of a little extra thing. But yeah, unless you're a completionist or you really want the Chris Evans head to have a helmetless version like me, there's really no need to buy both. Just get one or the other. In fact, if you're not really big on the alternate head, if you have the Ultron version and you're happy with it, you don't need to go out and spend a lot of money on this. So yeah. Anyway, until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.